I have been working in Berlin 5 years ago for 1 year. And I have been working in Berlin the past 7 months. So I had 2 periods of Berlin, 5 years ago and now. And I think we have less speakers from Berlin here than Oldenburg. So I thought maybe I'd bring back some stories of Berlin. Just to tell you about this place, Berlin. In 1920, it was a cool place, but it was poor. Well, pretty much like today. Cool place, but poor. And over time, Berlin changed quite a bit. Actually, we decided to build a wall right through Berlin, and we actually built a wall right through Germany, and in my education, pretty much through my head as well, because I was clearly Hamburg, West Germany, and I couldn't even envision going to Berlin. Later, when I was consultant, also Berlin was not really the place to go, because there's no German stock exchange in Berlin, no enterprise of that, no DAX in Berlin. But if you actually are in Berlin, you see foxes right in the center of the town, Potsdamer Place. If you Google Berlin in 2005, in 2007, in 2012, pretty much all the time, it always had the highest debt of all the German states. So Berlin is really, and also money-wise, it's pretty much a shithole, and you don't want to work there, you don't earn money. And when I started in Berlin 5 years ago, for the 1 year I was working for the German Post, it was still kind of dumpy. And when I was having my breakfast in Kreuzberg, coffee and a bagel, the dust man, you know, with the blowing machine would blow all the dust in my face. And I thought, okay, Berlin, here you go. Last year in Berlin, at Potsdamer Platz, the infrastructure was broken again. Somebody drew into the gigaspeed thing just in front of our building. And in Berlin, you also don't get very good handy reception. So in a way, you know, people need to work around that. And payphone would be an answer. That's actually the payphone at Potsdamer Platz. And I actually spotted somebody using it. So, this is Berlin. Poor place, cool, you could think that is Berlin. And looking at the conference and only 4 speakers here, I still wonder, do we still have this perception that everything is kaput in Berlin and broken and doesn't work? So, I think something changed in Berlin, and it changed in the last 5 years. Berlin is always changing, but something significant in my experience. Berlin has no good airport, we all know that. But it's actually not true. Berlin has a great airport, and this is the great airport. It's a free, open space in the middle of Berlin. And I always felt this kind of brokenness inspires creativity. Empty spaces give way for something new. So I observed strange things happening in Berlin, because some things actually do work. If there is freedom, open space, cultures coming together, what actually happens is that people go to Berlin. And this kind of strange secret formula, and I bet Michael Sperber will recognize it. This is from last year's BOP conference. It's the actual programming language. So such strange things happened in Berlin. It's a compiler on one slide, you know, presentation. But Berlin has this strange formula applied to itself. Today, we have 122 new people in Berlin each single day. Berlin actually grew in the last 5 years the same size as the town of Lübeck in northern Germany. That's actually a lot more than Oldenburg. Oldenburg only has 168,000 inhabitants, and you know, we grew like 220,000. By the size of Lübeck. So it's kind of mushrooming. And these are not Germans moving from Germany to Berlin, and not Berliners staying in Berlin, but these are international people that come from all over the world. And they spend their time in Berlin because it's a place we can easily enter. There are already foreign people there. People talk English, they don't do it well, but it's the lingua franca actually of Berlin, of development in Berlin. And it was actually easy to hire a female senior developer for iOS from Egypt in Berlin. So I thought, do we really want to learn from Berlin? And then I thought, yes, I think we want to learn from Berlin. And it's high time to do so in the rest of Germany, where we still speak German and still try in vain to hire developers, which is simple in Berlin. Because I believe digitalization actually will mean internationalization. We will need to hire people from abroad, and maybe not only in the digital business, but also in other businesses. And it's actually great, and I actually found out myself that I'm prejudiced. So, to become international, we have to speak English, we have to hire international, and we have to embrace cross-culture. So how to Berlin? How to become Berlin? Have parties, spend all your money, foster hope, get credit, spend it all, have another party, get more credit, make friends, and have values. This is actually the founding value of our constitution in German. In English it says, human dignity is inviolable. It doesn't say German dignity is inviolable. It doesn't say dignity only in Germany is inviolable. And it has a strange term, a strange formula term, dignity. So I actually observed Berlin is an UFO to Germany. They are just taking off. Their central tower is actually a rocket spaceship that left Germany pretty much sometime 5 years ago. And I think we can learn from it and also become an UFO. So, be Berlin!
Johannes Mainusch, Berlin startup of an UFO. Wow. I would love to invite all the speakers back on stage that we can give them all together a big hand and a great round of applause for all the effort.